Learning the Constellations is a book to help you identify and remember the constellations. It presents a unique way to learn them and understand the movements of the sky. The concept is to present easy to recognize large seasonal geometric figures of bright stars. Once these are found, it's easy to trace out the constellations that they are in. We'll start with the summer triangle, which is up from May to December, so it's up quite a bit of the year. And you've got the three bright stars, Lyra, Deneb, and Altair, and they'll be right overhead quite a bit of the summer, sometime in the evening, and they're visible all the way until December. And the three bright stars you'd learn are Vega, Deneb, and Altair. And then you'd learn the three constellations and trace out the constellations. Lyra, Cygnus, and Aquila the Eagle. But what you might want to do is write down the names and try to memorize them, and then go out and do a little map memory, and then go out and view the constellations. And don't just do it one time. Go out subsequent nights. They're visible even with city lights, as are a lot of these. And once you learn the outlines of these, then it's easy to find those constellations, plus locate a lot of the other constellations in the area. But this gets you a start. There's a page in the manual. Okay, that's one season. That would be the summer season. And on the page opposite the manual is opposite the chart is a description of the constellations and information about bright objects in the constellation. So once you learn them, you'll want to read this and go out with binoculars or a small telescope, and you can see a lot of these items that are listed on the page opposite. And it's a quick read and gives you something to shoot for. After you work on that first seasonal asterism, it could be the summer triangle or the winter hexagon or whatever, you need to learn the northern sky, or the circumpolar. And you start by finding the Little Dipper and the North Star. And the easiest way to do that, if the Big Dipper is up, is to use the Big Dipper to find it. There's another way is to, if you know north or have a compass app on your phone or a compass, you can find north, and then use your fist as about 10 degrees and go about 3.5 fists up. For me, that's 35 degrees. I'm at 35 degrees declination. If you're at 45, you'd go 4.5 fists up and find Polaris due north. And once you find Polaris and the Big Dipper, or maybe Cassiopeia, you can see Cassiopeia up here. Sometimes the Big Dipper is on the horizon and you can't see it, so you can find it using Cassiopeia. Then you can learn the other constellations in the circumpolar. Early summer and spring, you have the spring diamond, and the way you find it is you find the Big Dipper again. The best way to do it, and make an arc to Arcturus and then speed on to Spica. But you can see the 4 bright stars that make up the diamond. There's actually another diamond here, the Virgo diamond, but the 3 bright stars in this are Arcturus, Spica, and Regulus. And the 4 constellations are Boötes, Virgo, Leo, and Canis Venatici. So once you learn those, then you can explore the other constellations in the area. And there's quite a few around it. There's another page that comes after this one that expands around the spring diamond. Another one is the fall square page. It's the fall square with the square of Pegasus. So another geometric shape. And Here you don't have any first magnitude stars, but you've got a lot of second magnitude stars, and it's really easy to find the square and use the square to find like Difta, which is one of the brighter stars in the area, and square to find Andromeda constellation and the Andromeda galaxy, Perseus, Cassiopeia, and all these are part of the Clash of the Titans, or an ancient Greek legend about the chained princess Andromeda being chained to a wall, and Perseus killing Medusa and flying on Pegasus to save Andromeda from the Cetus, the sea monster. And all of these, along with Cassiopeia and Cepheus, are in this region. One of the most exciting ones is the winter hexagon, and you can see all the stars and constellations I have listed here. And this is by far the brightest area of the sky, and this winter hexagon, or winter circle, as some people call it, has like 8 first magnitude stars in it. And you start with Orion's belt and find Aldebaran and Sirius to the left of it, and then you can easily trace out the rest of it, and then you can start tracing out these constellations. And there's a lot of really good binocular or telescope objects in this region, like M42, the Great Orion Nebula, M35, M41 is a nice cluster. These are nice. All those are binocular objects. Then, of course, you have the Pleiades and Taurus the Bull and the Hyades here. But you can see the list of stars, and then Orion, Taurus, Auriga, Gemini, Canis Major, and Canis Minor. And once you learn these, go out a few nights and trace them out after you've memorized a few of them. Just keep on until you learn them. There's two other important areas of the sky that are in the book. One is the summer ecliptic with Scorpius and Sagittarius and Ophiuchus, and this is looking toward the center of the Milky Way. So there's really a lot of objects, good binocular objects here, and some very interesting, nice constellations that are really fun to look at. And then the fall, the watery ecliptics, what I call it, because all these seem to have to do with Capricorn is a sea goat, and then Aquarius, the water bearer, are 2 zodiac constellations. They're not as bright as some of the other ones, but they're important because they're on the zodiac, and a lot of times you'll have the planets going through them, just like right now in 2021, Jupiter and Saturn are both in Capricorn. Also is the introduction in the book, and the introduction just kind of introduces you to some things about the sky that you need to know. A lot of stars in the constellations have a Greek alphabetic notation, like alpha, beta, gamma. So that is in there. I've got a list of the first magnitude stars, which is which you'll collect your first magnitude stars, learn your first magnitude stars, and you'll have guideposts to guide you around the heavens. There's also sections on sky motions for star magnitudes and astronomy definitions. There's also a Messier chart that gives you a little more. There's information with each chart about the Messier objects on the page opposite, but this gives you a little bit more information on each Messier object when you get into those. There's also an observing list at the end of the book that that gives you some things to look for. If you want to check them off as you see them, or make your own list and make your own notes when you see some of these. And if you and on the website that this is on, you can download this book or purchase one if you didn't get one with your library telescope. Anyway, hopefully you'll enjoy the stars as much as I do in the long run and get to know them. Thank you.